What's up, guys? Captain Snow here today, and as you can see, I'm currently on my server box. Actually, I'm gonna do a simple unturned dedicated server tutorial on how to make a dedicated unturned server. It's not much different from just making a normal one. It's just a few settings, and there's different ways you can do it, and I'm just gonna go through a few of those. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get Steam CMD by simply going on Google, searching Steam CMD. It's usually the first one, and then you want to scroll down a little bit to this link. The link will also be in the description if you just want to click on that. So the first thing you want to do is you obviously want to install CMD, unzip it, put it in a file somewhere. I usually just keep it on my desktop on my servers, and then just run the exe and let it run, install, all that good stuff. And then you get to this point where it says Steam, and then the greater than sign. So now you're actually Steam CMD is installed, and now you can use it. The first thing you want to do is you want to do login. And actually for Unturned, even though it's free to play, you can't use the anonymous account that Steam has set up. You have to use your account. So you want to do your name or your username, and then it will ask for your password. I've already signed in using my password. It saves it. So I'm logged in. In order to make sure this works, you want to have Unturned installed or in your library on whatever account that you're using. And then once you have that done, you install, or you log in, and then the next thing you want to do is app score update. I'm going to do 304930. That's the code for Unturned. This is obviously the same thing as if you were doing Rust or Arma 3 or even Hurt World, I believe. So I actually do not have it installed, so I think I just have to update it. Uninstall or app score. So there we go. Now it's installing. It's usually extremely quick. Unturned is such a small game. So as you can see, I'm already halfway done downloading it. Pretty much 67%, 75, and oh, now it's starting to slow down. Oh, there we go, 80. So, like I said, Unturned is a small game. Doesn't take long. I do have decent internet, so it might take longer for you guys, but at the same time, like I said, for the fourth time, Unturned is a small game. So now it's installed, so you can exit out of Steam CMD. You don't need it anymore. Let it close. So the next thing you want to do is you want to open wherever you installed Steam CMD. You want to go Steam Apps, you go Common, and you want to go to Unturned. Your game is already installed. There's your whole game. That is base Unturned right there. What you want to do in order to turn this into a dedicated server is you want to right click on the Unturned application file, which is an exe. You want to go send to, and then I usually just send it to my desktop because that's where I have all of my stuff set up to run my games. So you can see I have Unturned shortcut. I'm going to change it to Unturned vanilla server. And then what I do also for easy access, for adding mods, editing files and stuff like that, I right click on this, and then I also do send to, oh, not compressed, zip folder. I do send to desktop as well, and then I just put it under there. So the first thing you want to do is you want to right click on this, and you want to go properties, and then I wish you could expand the screen, but you can't. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to the very end where after exe, you want to hit space. And then there's a few things you're going to want to type. All of this is going to be in the description as well to make it easy. But these are the only things that you really need to worry about right now. There are three things. First thing is minus sign, and then no graphics, all one word. Space, minus sign, batch mode. That's what makes it come up in the CMD or the command prompt. And then space, and then you want to do actually a plus, and then you want to do secure server, all one word, slash vanilla, and then you want to do slash, and then the name of the file. Sorry, that took me too long to think of. The name of the file where all the information for that specific server is going to be saved. So I'm just going to name it vanilla. If I could type. Vanilla. There we go. Okay, so now you're done there. You want to hit apply and hit OK, and then you want to run it. So now you can see it comes up in a command prompt. And it's going to load through all the assets, all that stuff. It's going to take longer the first time than it is any other time because it's obviously creating everything because it's the first time running it as a server. So now, once you get to the loading level 100%, that means it is actually done. Unturned, like the command prompts out of it is actually really simple. There's no like clear markers. Just once it says loading level 100%, it's done loading. So now you actually want to close out of that for now. You want to go unturned shortcut to open your files, and you want to go to servers, and then here see it created the config file for vanilla. So you open that. Your workshop is where your maps and stuff will be located for your mods. Once again, we'll go over a modded server in another video. This is your configuration, just kind of your things for the items, spawn chance, how hard it is, how easy it is, the durability, stuff like that. This is for more advanced users. I will eventually maybe do a video on that, but not till later. Sorry, that's a different one. So the next thing you want to do is actually you want to go to the server, and you want to go to this commands file. In the commands file, the first thing you want to do is obviously do name. You want to put the name of your server in. So what I recommend doing is if you're going to make this a community server, first thing I recommend doing is putting where it is located, so the US, for instance, for me. And then your community name, which for me is legal owners. And then what is it? It's a vanilla server, right? So you want to put vanilla, and then I usually also put the map in the name, and then just server, or vanilla Russia server, or if you wanted to, you could put like if it had a different gather rate, which that's more for like Rust and Hurt World rather than Unturned. But you could put that in the name if you had like VIP kits and stuff like that, or whatever the difficulty is. There's no point putting the difficulty in your name though, due to the fact that difficulty is displayed in the server list. So for Unturned servers, you really don't need a overly exaggerated name. Next thing is you obviously want to, if you're going to choose a Russia map, you want to do space or map space and then Russia, so that actually makes the server a Russia map. The next thing, in order for other people to join, you have to port forward. I will go over that in a second. You want to do port, and then you want to put the port that it's going to be accessed at. So for Unturned, the base Unturned server port is 27015. Mode, which is easy, normal, hard, or VIP, or gold, sorry. I just set it to normal. Yeah, I can't type. Perspective is the next one. That is first or third person, or both. I leave it at both because like I like having third person in some instances, but Unturned's also a very nice first person game. Next thing is max players. Now this is an interesting one, because max players actually is 48. But the catch is about that. Anything over 24 players, your server will not be displayed in the Unturned server list. Like on the server list, when you go in game and you hit multiplayer and you hit look for servers over the internet, it will not display your server there if you have it set higher than 24. 48 is the actual highest you can do, but 24 is the highest you can do if you want it displayed. So I have it basically set to 24. The next thing is PvP or PvE. That's depending on if you want player versus player or player versus environment. The next thing is obviously one everybody's waiting for, owner or admin or any of that. You put your Steam Steam ID, which mine is, I think this one actually. The next one is timeout. That is the ping at which it will kick someone. So I have mine set to 300. Because people average my server about 110 to 150, so 300 is a little high. Unturned also isn't really a big game for having a good ping. It really isn't one of those games. Okay, the next thing after that is chatrate. This is good for anti-spam. Unturned, I haven't seen a lot of spam in. I usually set it to 2 seconds though, so that people can only set it or only say something every 2 seconds in chat. So that you don't have an issue with it. Cycle. Okay, the next one is cycle. This is the rate at which day and night is. I set it to 1 hour. That means day is going to be 1 hour, and then night's going to be another hour, and then day again for another hour. 3,600 seconds is 60 minutes. The next, last one is your welcome message, which you just say welcome. I have set mine to something simple like welcome to welcome to, only if I could type once again, League of Loners servers, and then I put our TeamSpeak in it at ts3 dot leagueofloners.com, and then exclamation point. The welcome message is limited to a certain amount of characters. I do not remember exactly how many, but that right there seems to be about the max you can do. So not much more than that fits. So yeah. So the last cool thing about the welcome message actually is that you can set the colors. So for instance, if I do that and then I go, let's say 0, 128, and then 255, that's actually like a blue, like a royal blue, or typical, whatever a normal blue would be. Kind of like this blue here. So yeah, that's all the basic stuff. There's more, but they're more, like I said, advanced user stuff or stuff that really doesn't matter unless you're like, you have really specific needs. I can't really think of an example, but if you guys want to see more, some of the more specific ones, you can just look them up online through Google, obviously. So yeah. Now, to prove to you guys that all works, we're going to close out of it. We're going to run the server. And then what we're going to do is I will load up Unturned, actually. So let's go here. We're going to go play. Okay, so we're gonna go play. Since it's on my local network, I have to do connect and then direct connect. There is no password. We didn't set one. And so as you can see, we're in the lobby. It says Russia. The details, back enabled. That's the secure server. Normal, cheats disabled. We didn't enable those. First and third person perspective, PvP, and workshop is currently disabled because it's a non-modded server. So we're gonna hit join here, and then the first thing you should see in the chat box in the top left is actually is the welcome message. Except really fast internet. Okay. Well, that's it. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, that's actually pretty interesting. I've never seen that before. Where that happened. Okay, let's see here. Uh-oh. Did I set the timeout really high by accident or really low? Server commands. Now 302. Okay, yeah, I don't know why we're having some issues here. Yeah, I don't know why this is causing issues right now. Okay, let's maybe try and join again. Maybe it was still loading, but it wasn't. There we go. Okay, I think it might have been still loading. So as you can see, we're in the server now. It's on the Russia map, and as you can see, the welcome message popped up, saying exactly what we typed, and it's blue. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. This is something simple, and yeah, this is how you actually make a quote-unquote dedicated Unturned server. I mean, there is no separate piece of code for Unturned dedicated servers. You just kind of gotta mold what is given to you into one. So yeah, that's kind of how you do it. I hope you guys like it, and I will see you guys next time.